What's good, y'all? What's going on? How's everybody doing tonight? I am Chad Steele, better known as Last Page, and I got my guy Ronnie Russell with me tonight. Uh, President,
Something like that.
the man, Tony Stark of the Innovative Black Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, sir.
Tonight, we're gonna be talking about the Masterminds and Mimosas event that I'll be having coming up, and he will be one of the spokesmen of the brunch. So, won't you introduce yourself and let people know who you are?
Yes, sir. Peace. How everyone's doing? My name is Ronnie Russell, president of the Innovation Black Chamber of Commerce. Also owner of Texas Black Pages. That's where everything started with that. But just glad to be here. Glad to be a part of this process and getting things because doing things for men is always needed and is always necessary. There's plenty of women healing groups. Not saying that there's anything wrong with them or what you have is not good, but we need our time to heal too.
Definitely.
Appreciate you for reaching out and just allowing me to be a part of this blessing.
No, man, no problem, man. It's a blessing to have you. You know what I'm saying? Because I can learn a lot of stuff from you. I can learn a lot of stuff from a lot of successful black men, and that's what I'm really just trying to surround myself around. Positivity. Black men is actually doing things for their community and for the people. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And I mean, it's a beautiful feeling to sit back and watch and to actually just finally be a part of that.
Yeah. So thank you.
Yeah, for sure, bro. For sure, brother. So a lot of people don't know like who I am. Of course, I'm still fairly new to the city of Killeen. So far, I love the city. I love what it got to offer. I love the things that's going on. There's always something to do. When people say that there's nothing to do in the city, you're lying. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's always something to do in the city. I'm a singer. I'm a songwriter. I'm a script writer, businessman, husband, father for the first time, to three kids, but they're my kids, you know what I mean? And they respect me, very, very respectful kids. And I'm just, I'm in awe right now.
Yeah. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Especially I think being a father is a blessing as well as it's a calling. Not everyone you have fathers, you got dads, you have all this else. But I'm like you're saying, like we're both. We're fathers of men.
Yeah.
As well as we're dads to children.
Yeah.
Just being able to just be in that space is a blessing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Definitely. So I want to let y'all know where we're actually doing the podcast at. So we're doing the podcast at Space Create Interactive Studios. Y'all see the background. You see how it's looking, everything. I mean, come shop with us, y'all. We got recording studio. We got podcast studios. We got the whole nine. We got the event space if you want to do something. We also have performances every Friday downtown at the marketplace.
Yeah.
So excuse me, my wife is over that. She has performers that comes every Friday evening. I'm trying to remember what time. I think it's 6 o'clock. Yeah, it's around 6 o'clock at the marketplace downtown. She have artists come every week and perform, and you have vendors out there, and they sell trinkets and healing crystals and sage and hammock. What was it? Hemp bags and stuff, and the nice brim hats and everything. And I mean, it's really nice, organic. Everybody's real friendly. Just a nice place to go and kick back and listen to some talent. So whenever y'all got time or got the spare time, go out there. If y'all don't have nothing to do, they got drinks, they got food, the whole nine. So with this brunch, I want to bring together, you know, influential men, positive men, men that's doing stuff for the community,
Mm.
um, you know, businessmen, doctors, lawyers, you know, the whole nine. You
Yeah.
know, I want to bring everybody together to network and celebrate the black man.
Yeah.
You know, just celebrate each other because we don't like you say we don't really have that. You
Yeah.
know, and you know, I think it's important that we all support each other as black men when it comes to mental health as well.
Right.
You
Right.
know, we've been doctrinated into thinking that a black man can't express himself, or you know, when he's going through certain things, we've been conditioned to keep it to ourselves,
Yeah.
when in reality that's doing more harm than good.
Yeah.
You know,
100%. Yeah.
we need brothers that we can talk to, and you know, have a safe space to, you know, express things and come up with a conclusion, you know, come up with a conclusion on what we can do to keep each other afloat.
Yeah.
You know, stay powerful, stay positive. You know, you may have a brother that may be going through things in his marriage or something,
Yeah.
you know, and you got a man right here that has the answers, or what it is to do to
Mm.
be a great husband. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Things like that, you
Yeah.
know?
I think what happens a lot of times, we suffer in silence as well as we suffer in silos. So when I say suffer in silos, we suffer in our box, because in our box we're at a space of comfort, to where if we learn how to get out of our silos and to be able to open up and to have conversations with other men, then we can then learn it's not just us.
Right.
You know, it's not just us who's hurting, or it's not just us who has gone through certain things. It's not just us who need someone to talk to and to speak to. And I think more of that is always needed. You know what I'm saying? Not only is it needed, but it's also necessary, especially when you're dealing with the healing process. Because I think the hardest thing about the healing process is the start.
Right, right.
And the after the start of the healing process, then we take on the responsibility of continuing that process, because just because you've been hurt doesn't necessarily mean that you have to get hurt again, because what did you learn about that hurt?
Yeah.
And then passing that on and disseminating that information. Because again, a lot of times we don't create the atmosphere that it's okay to cry in this space. And I think it's we make it hard on ourselves too.
Well, you know, I'm a victim of that. You know, just making it hard on myself to express certain things. But you know, luckily I have the wife that I have.
Mm.
She makes it a safe space for me.
Yeah.
You know, she tells me, she try to pry it out of me. She
Yeah.
more than likely she's gonna pry it out of me. You know, and I'm gonna cry like a big old baby.
Yeah.
I'm not finna lie, because she gave me that safe space to do that.
Yeah.
You know, um, I feel like uh, it has a lot to do with society,
Mm.
that puts this stipulation on black men being weak,
Mm.
or you know, you being this, you being that. You know, I ain't finna be all raw and uncut with it, but
Yeah.
you know how people, they try to ridicule black men for even expressing himself. Take Tyrese for example.
Mm.
That man, he don't mind crying.
No, not at
He
all.
expressed himself. To me, I feel like he's being a real man, but in in other society, he's weak.
Mm.
Oh man, that couldn't have been me. Oh, you better than me, and blah blah blah. You know, look,
Yeah.
we got to do better with
Yeah.
our brothers. You know,
I think if we stop and if we do less finger pointing, then we'll do more recognizing. Um, And for me, recognizing is actually taking that same finger that you point at somebody else, then pointing at yourself.
Yeah.
And then recognize that it's okay to not feel okay, because now you're able to then possibly start that process of healing. Now, for me, I can be hard-headed. I can be hard-headed. I can put myself in a space to where I'm not listening at all. I mean, maybe it's the Aries in me. I don't know, the Ram. But that part of me, I can honestly say that I'm still learning that part. Because pride can take down a victim and make that victim not want to hear that maybe you need to listen to what's been said. And I can honestly say I'm still learning that, because we all have been hurt.
Yeah.
Whether you acknowledge that hurt, or whether you have identified that hurt, or whether you have spoken about that hurt. And I'm still learning.
And a lot has to do with, traumas, past traumas that a lot of us, not just men, but a lot of us carry.
Yeah.
And we don't take that time to heal ourselves properly, because a lot of us don't really know how. Let's just keep it a buck. We try to neuroplastic a lot of things and get over it, instead of healing from that chapter to be a better person in the long run. And it's tough. It's a lot of work, and it's something that's not going to happen overnight. But if I'm the type of person that sees that, and I can help a person or direct them somewhere where they can get the proper help, I want to be the brother to be able to do that.
Yeah. And that comes with having a level of accountability. Like, we all remember the back of the day when you're talking about the New Jack City, am I my brother's keeper? I think what happened at that time, we kind of misconstrued what brother's keeper really was. A brother's keeper is someone that's still going to be honest with you and tell you when you're wrong, as opposed to lift you up and say, like, you're doing great. A lot of times we have mixed that up. And I think when we understand what a true brother's keeper is someone who's going to keep you accountable, and someone who is going to keep you in good standings and be just a great person to you. And I think that if we learn more about how to be brothers keepers and leaders of men, I think there are some things that we can change, not just about ourselves, but also about the men that we surround ourselves with. Because you have to be accountable for the men that you surround yourself with too.
Yeah, that's true. I've taken accountability with the people who I associated myself with in the past, because I realized when I got to a certain level in my life, they were still at that same level that I left from. So when it came to talking about certain things with these individuals, it became little to none, because the stuff that I was talking about on a much more elevated level, it was over their head. So it was like I wasn't interested in the low vibrational things anymore. So I'm trying to think of stuff that we can do to become more legit, better businessmen. You know what I mean? Things that we can, what can we do to contribute? What can we do to get something started, to get a business started? That was the level that I was on. And when it got to that point, I realized those weren't the people that was going to come with me, or those were the people that wasn't even meant to be in my life from jump. It was just a temporary thing, because I know in my heart that I'm headed somewhere way more bigger and better than what it was before.
And that begins a process of self actualization. When you actually realize, like, who is self. I think if we're able to look in the mirror, like those mirror exercises and stuff like that, or just really knowing who you are, because I know who I am. I know what my gifts are. I know what my talents are. I know that there are only certain places that I should be in, and I'm always cognitive about where I am and what is the frequency in the room. And I think a lot of times we as men, we don't look at like what did we bring in the room. And when I say that, it's for me, like if I'm in a shared space, kind of like where we are right now, like what's my responsibility in the room? What am I bringing to the table? Like bringing stuff to the table is not just between you and your woman.
Yeah.
Like what do you bring to society? Like what do you bring to the table to your children? Like what do you bring to the table to the man that's to the left and to the right of you? What do you bring to the table when it comes to change? Like we all want change, but are we the agent of change?
Yeah.
So we can't continue to talk about building up Black men if we're not a part of the Black man that we are, that is going to change ourselves. Again, I'm still healing. And because I'm still healing, there are things that is going to change about me. And one of the things that, like you said, with your partner's still at that same level that you've already elevated from. And I would tell you one thing that I've learned, and I've always continued to tell this, and I said it to my son. I said, not everybody you plant your seeds with are going to be there during the time of harvest.
Right.
And you're going to have to be okay with planting your seeds with folks that's not going to be there once it's time to gather those things back up and present those things out to society for them to actually be able to eat on, because you have been learning more about yourself now than ever before.
Right.
And you're okay with that. That's a great thing.
And at moments it hurted because I'm like, dang, I thought she was my homie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's one of them things, it's like you're crying on the inside, and it's like, okay, I know what I need to do. Now it's time for me to just get up, dust off, and pull my big boy pants up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But listen, the Masterminds and Mimosas empowerment. We putting a capital MEN at the end to let y'all know this is an empowerment for the men, for the brothers. So when is it going down? It's going to be on Saturday, 11/18. Okay, Saturday 11/18. The time will be from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. and it's going to take place at Space Create Interactive Studios. The address is 207 West Avenue D, Killeen, Texas 76541. Okay, you can purchase your tickets on www.spacecreate.org. That's www.spacecreate.org. Just for a few. Listen, I only got a few early birds left. Okay, but the early birds are going to be $30. The price was $40. Okay, and we're doing this to celebrate International Men's Day, which is on Sunday, November 19th, in celebration of our brothers that are curating and and empowering and doing good things for the community. So I would love for all of you kings to come out and enjoy and celebrate this moment with me and Ronnie Russell of Innovative Black Chamber of Commerce. And y'all gonna love the food, okay? So look, I'm cooking. I'm cooking. Sponsored by Brunchified, which is me, okay? I'm cooking. We're gonna have the whole nine. I'm doing infused waffles. I'm gonna do chicken. I'm gonna have sausage. I'm gonna do avocado egg bites with the turkey bacon on top, but it ain't gonna be the regular turkey bacon. It's gonna be the uncured turkey bacon.
That's
that thick
me.
cut.
Okay.
The good stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
Not the HEB stuff.
No,
Nah.
you know what? HEB good. I like HEB.
Yeah.
What's wrong with HEB?
Nah, I'm just playing. HEB is
But you know
good.
what? You know what? I mean, we do need a Trader Joe's or some or Whole Foods. Like,
Yeah.
give us a Whole Foods, Colleen. What's up?
Man, you got to go to what? That's in Temple, right? I think so.
Yeah, they got
Yeah.
one in Temple.
I
Yeah.
don't know. It's new things is coming. New
It's
things on the
it's
horizon.
definitely coming. Now, what I will say about Colleen, there's so much room for growth here in this area. It's ridiculous, y'all. The the there's not enough people taking advantage of this,
Yeah.
if you ask me.
Yeah.
There's not.
Yeah. I mean, it's of course for me. You know what most people don't know. I never wanted to come to Texas, like at all.
Really?
At all. Like it was never on my wish list.
So what? Okay, what? All right. So all right. Let's rewind. You never originally wanted to come to Texas.
Ever.
So when you came to Texas, how did you come about with IBCC? Like how did Innovative Black Chamber of Commerce come about?
I like in the military, you got a wish list.
Mm-hmm.
And on the wish list, there was nothing that started with a T on my wish list. And my orders got deleted 2 times. The third time I got back on orders to come to Texas. I just told my mom, like, I just give up. Whatever it is I'm supposed to see that keeps drawing me here, I'm not going to see it till I get to the other side.
Yeah.
And I just learn how to let go. And then from there, I got here, and Texas really began to be a blessing for me. Just being a part of the destiny, because when you're a part of the destiny, the journey is just a part of the process.
Yeah.
Let me say that again. When you're a part of your destiny, meaning I am where I'm supposed to be, and because I'm where I'm supposed to be, the journey is a part of it. So I'm learning in the journey. I'm loving in the journey. I'm liking the journey. It may suck at times, but sometimes the thing that is the most trying, the reward is going to be a whole lot better for you to receive because you put so much into it. And started with Texas Black Pages, looking at all 254 counties. Like Texas is the largest African American population in the United States, and then just learning how to grow and expand what Black businesses doing. You grow and expand what Black businesses doing through marketing, advertising, and the information. I can say publicly, I no longer talk about the Black dollar. And this is why I say that. Because profit is what you make. Economics is where you spend it. We can talk about the Black dollar, but it means nothing if I can't give you the information to where you go about spending it.
Right.
Because when we disseminate more of the information, then you begin the process of the circulation.
Yeah.
The dollar is a part of the process, but learning where these stores and these shops and these professionals are, that's what needs to be circulated.
Right.
Because if you're new into the city and you're looking for a podiatrist, if there's no circulation of information in your circle, you're not going to find that podiatrist. So your child is not going to be seen by someone that you want them to be seen by, because there is no dissemination of information. Because if we're circling the Black dollar, I'm not circulating the information, you're not going to spend it anywhere.
Yeah.
So it's the circulation of the information. I can tell you and be Black all day. I can go to the African grocery store and buy things that I may want. I can go to the Black-owned gas stations that's in the city of Killeen, Temple, Cove, and Belton. I can go to the restaurants. I can tell you how many Black-owned liquor stores that are here, because I consume the information. Because I consume the information, I assume the responsibility of disseminating that information. And that's what changes, because when we know more, we can learn more, and because we learn more, we can do more. And that's where, the Innovation Black Chamber of Commerce came from, because we're like you got a black chamber in Waco, you have a black chamber in Austin, but there was no black economic organization right here.
Right.
But we were hours separated between the two.
Okay.
So now we were like, okay, how do we create this economic impact by figuring out where the money is, not just where it is, where is it going? Like who's touching it? How many touch points does the dollar have? You know, if you look at it mathematically, there's 4 touch points on the dollar. Like, where is it going? Like, what's happening with our children? What's happening in our business community? What's happening in the community that we live? And what's happening in the financial and the education community? So there's so many different touch points to this dollar, but a lot of times we wasn't a part of the touch.
Yeah.
And because we're not a part of the touch, then we're always left, you know, empty-handed, because this city has a economy, but this city in this area does not have an ecosystem. That's different. An ecosystem is me giving you commerce, but then you taking that commerce, and that commerce then goes out to somebody else, and eventually it's coming back to me.
Right.
Because there's an ecosystem. So the information is not spreading through this economy enough to create an ecosystem. And that's where you know, that's where the Innovation Black Chamber of Commerce is going to, is creating an ecosystem. There isn't one, is growing, is coming. I see it. And it's just a part of the destination. You know, this is journey work.
Yeah. It is. It's definitely. I mean, I see my wife when she started.
Yeah.
All the way up until now.
That
you
journey
know,
work. Yeah.
I mean, she one of the hardest working women I know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She don't have an off point, man. You know, but being an entrepreneur, there's not necessarily any days off.
Yeah.
You have to work twice as much as you would have for a regular employer.
Yeah.
You know, which is okay because that's your baby.
Yeah.
You know, you treat it like it's your baby. You know,
It is.
Man, look, I want to thank you for coming out and, you know, chopping it up with me. Listen, this brother, he will be at the Mastermind Mimosas event on 11/18/23, taking place at Space Create. He will be one of the spokesmen amongst others. I will be looking forward to seeing a lot of you young and well-seasoned gentlemen.
I like how you put that.
Well-seasoned gentlemen, you know, young. We need young entrepreneurs. We need young brothers that's hungry, that's looking to, you know, expand. That's looking for motivation. And I'm looking for the brothers that's been in the game, that knows the ins and outs, that has good advice. You know, that's willing to mentor and each one teach one, basically.
Yeah.
You know, but I am your boy Chad Steele.
I'm Ronnie Russell, Mr. R2.
Mr. R2. Listen, thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll be picking up. Me and my wife will be picking up Still in the Show again real soon. I'll be picking up Open Page Podcast real soon. I'm gonna have Ronnie come back and we're gonna talk more, man. We got a lot to cover.
A lot.
We got a whole lot to cover. So I'm gonna have him back real soon, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Much love.